Hey, what's going on, Flash Mob? It's your boy Flash, and we're back again with another video. And today I wanted to do something a little different. It's been a while since I showed you guys what was in my camera bag, so I decided I'm going to take you on a quick tour of what I keep in my Pelican case. I'm gonna try not to make this a long video, so let's get right into this. I'm gonna try and take it out piece by piece so you can see what it is, but if you guys are not using a Pelican case or some type of protective case to carry your gear, let me be the one to tell you that it is super important to protect your investment. You spend a lot of money on this camera equipment. It doesn't make sense to throw it in a backpack or just something random plastic bag. I don't know what you guys are using, but putting your money into a good Pelican case that's going to protect your gear is a very, very, very intelligent thing to do. So let's just get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is my mat box. So I use the Filmmaker Pro base camp. Nothing too special there. You guys have seen this 1,000 times. I like it because it's quick and easy to put on. It's got a ton of different filters. It also has a 3-stage option, and it's pretty nice and compact, which is for me a super plus. So I really love this mat box. Next thing in there is my top handle. Again, nothing new. This is the Arca Swiss wooden camera top handle for the Komodo. And in here, just my audio kit. So I'll open it up and show you a couple of things, but really and truly all that's in here is just a bunch of cables to connect to like a soundboard. If I want to get XLR, some of these adapters, really nothing too special. So yeah, we'll keep it moving. Something I learned not too long ago when I was working on a submarine for a movie, sometimes you're just in dark places and you need a flashlight. So I keep a little flashlight in my Pelican case so that I can always find what I'm looking for, even if it's in a dark space. So this one, I don't know what it's called. I think I got it from like Home Depot or something. It's very generic. So if you go to any appliance or hardware store, one of those places, you'll find one of these. In this little crevice over here, I just keep some MPF batteries. I try to keep about 4 in each Pelican case that I have. I have about 3 Pelican cases, so I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to just show you what I'm doing with this one, but they're all pretty much set up the same way. So yeah, keep a couple of these in there. Always keep them on charge so that I'm always ready to go. Let's look at my lens now. Ooh. So this is my Sigma 50-100 Cine Zoom lens, and I love this lens. I don't use it all the time because it's not really called for every single thing that I shoot, but when I do get to use this, whatever I shoot with it looks absolutely beautiful. The next one is my Sigma 18-35 Cine Zoom, and this is my workhorse. This is the one that I use probably 90% of the time when I'm using my cameras. And again, just like the 50-100, it makes everything look amazing. So these are my 2 go-tos, my best friends. A couple small things, it's just a lens cleaner. If you guys never seen this before, shame on you. Literally, you use it to clean all of your lenses and your cameras and sensors or whatever. If you don't have one of these, make sure you go ahead and get one of these and put it in your bag. A couple other things in here are just some things that I use with my mat box. So these are just some filter threads. So just in case I want to fit another lens that has either 82 or 77 millimeter thread, I have these in the bag. And these are also just some additional filters. So in here I have my 6 to 9 stop ND, and I also have my quarter mist in here. So yeah, these guys stay in there as well. And this right here is, of course, my monitor of choice. Nothing ever changes where this is concerned. I think I'm just going to be using this monitor for forever until maybe Small HD either makes something a little bit better. I don't know how they're going to do it, but if they make something better, I might switch up. But for the long haul, this is what I'm going to be using. Next up is my base plate. You guys probably saw this in a couple of videos ago when I was talking about my Komodo X build. Just an amazing all-around base plate. And I love it for a couple reasons. The first thing, they have a lot of safety options so you don't accidentally drop your camera off the base plate. That will never happen to me again. It also has a little bit of a riser for the Komodo and the Komodo X, which gets it up to like the standard height for like rails and mat boxes and all those other things. So that's really nice. And it also uses basically another base plate that you attach to the camera. And essentially what that does is it allows you to either go into this, or you can take it off and put it directly on a gimbal. And because I use the DJI RS3 Pro, it just makes it really quick and easy for me to switch from the gimbal back to the tripod or whatever I want to do next. So great investment, pretty expensive, but like I said, if you're going to spend that much money on camera gear and camera equipment, don't skip the most important parts. So this is one of those things that you don't skip. Next thing I keep in here is my, what is it called? The Aperture MC. And all it is really just a little light. Again, this is like an on-camera light that you can just throw in your camera bag. And I keep this on me just in case, you know, I'm either at a club or something where I'm filming, or just somewhere where it's just really dark and I need a quick light that I'm able to just throw on the camera. This is the one that I use. And I also use it as like a hair light sometime for interviews and other small things where I just need that extra little kick of light. So if you guys never seen this or heard of it, it is an amazing little light, pretty powerful. It has full HSI range, so you can get all the colors and a couple different effects, and it's relatively inexpensive. So I always recommend having a light, because a camera with no light is nothing. There's no light, you can't shoot anything. So always keep a light with you just in case. This is my, what do you call these things again? Leatherman. I remember I was shooting a TV show a couple summers ago, and everybody on the crew had one of these except for me. And anytime I needed to tighten something or cut something or grab something, or I don't know, whatever they had to do on set, one of them were like, oh, could I just pull up my Leatherman and, you know, we go ahead and we do whatever we got to do. And me, like the dummy, I didn't have one. So I was like, all right, no problem, bet. And immediately ordered one of my own like the second day on set. So they're kind of expensive again, but they are so extremely useful on a production set. So get one of these, but do not try and take these to the airport, because you are absolutely not allowed to fly with these. So I know a couple of people that had to learn that the hard way. And like I said, they're expensive, so don't make that mistake. On this side of the bag, just a couple batteries. So my FX line battery, I think it's the 50 watt. And then I have a couple of my nano batteries from Core SWX, both 98 watts. Like I was saying a few times before, I will be getting a couple more in a bigger capacity. So until then, this is what I'm rocking with for now. Next up, and the last piece at the bottom here, or the last couple pieces, is my wing grip handle. So this just slides onto my camera using a NATO rail. You guys probably seen this 1,000 times now, but here we go. And finally, on the bottom half here is my camera. So this is the Komodo X. Beautiful, beautiful beast of a camera. It's going to be my absolute workhorse. I still have the Scarlet W that's taking the BTS, or the shot here. Got my Komodo that's taking the shot here. And yeah, this is going to be my beast going forward. I love it. I used it a couple of times over the last few weeks, and literally everything looks amazing. So this is my babe. Let's take a look at this upper part real quick. So let's look at this thing real quick. So in this top portion right here, this is where I'll leave like a couple extra lens caps, some of these BOGO ties, an extra one of these like little cables for my audio or whatever. I keep a couple 50mm rods, because you just never know when you're going to need these, so I always have them. And the only other thing in here is like a screwdriver with a Phillips head. So just be smart and have these kind of little tools in there so that you don't ever find yourself needing it. And actually, really quickly, as I'm looking through here, something I just missed. This is my little Tilta phone holder. So as you guys know, on the Komodo and the Komodo X, you're able to basically use your phone as a monitor in case you don't want to pull out a full-blown monitor, right? So this is just a nice little thing that you could throw on the top of the handle, hold your phone, and have a wireless connection that way. All right, over here we just have another MPF battery. Cool. So another one, an extra one, just in case I need that. And this is my little filter holder. Basically, this is for the, what do you call it? The Canon EF to RF or RF to EF mount. So that's what I have on front of here. And what's cool about this one, it has one of these like little filter things. So I can pull this out, and this is a clear one. And the other one is an ND filter. So it just gives me the ability to change the ND on the camera. So I keep this in my case as well. And again, here's another bobo tie. In this case, this is just my audio cables and what do you call these things? These are the audio cables, and my lavalier mics are in here. I got 3 or 4 of them in here. Some of the dead cats. Yeah, everything in there is used with the DJI wireless kit. And believe it or not, I actually fit this in there as well. I don't know why I didn't have it in there, but it's usually in there as well. So I'm going to put that back in there once we load everything back up. In here, I just keep a long, what do you call this thing again? XLR cable. I'll say this, especially if you're doing like events or like weddings or anywhere where there's people going to be speaking on, like, let's say a microphone and there's a DJ or anything. Always bring a pair of XLR cables, because what this allows you to do is connect it directly into your personal sound recorder, which you should have. And it gives you all the house audio that's coming through the DJ booth. So the music, the microphones, anything else that's happening, to get that professional audio from the DJ soundboard, you're going to need one of these or a couple other cables that we'll talk about in another video. But I keep that in there as well. And the last thing are my cables. So this Komodo control cable, this is a SDI cable, really straightforward. You guys have seen that 1,000 times. This is a 2-pin LEMO to a D-tap. So if I want to power the OG Komodo with another battery and not have it necessarily on the back of the battery, stick this into the camera, stick this into the battery, and then I can put a V-mount battery on the OG Komodo. And then this one is just for my monitor. It uses one of these DC power taps, I think it's called. AC, DC, whatever it's called. And again, this plugs into D-tap so that, like, let's say, for example, I want to power my monitor off of one of these guys. I just stick it in there. This goes into the monitor. Now I have power going to the monitor from the battery. A couple other things, really small things, is just one of these screen cleaners. So if I need to clean off, you know, the camera screen or my monitor or the lens or whatever, I use one of these. Try not to use like paper towels or anything, guys. Use one of these actual things made for cleaning screens. And then the last two things that I'll talk about, last couple things, are my memory cards. Those stay up there. I have some of these adapters. So, you know, some computers either use this, what do you call it, USB-A to USB-C. So I have a couple of those in there. And then I also have one that converts USB-C to USB-A. Just so you have to do the reverse, I have those. There's a couple of other things here. There's some of these little, we call them sprig. Let me see if I can get it in camera over here. Those little sprig things that you put on the camera for cable management. Yeah, all of this stuff I keep in a bag and carry with me everywhere I go. I pretty much have 2 Pelican cases set up exactly the same. One's for my OG Komodo, one's for my Komodo X. So literally the same kind of setup. The only difference is the lens that's in there is a 70 to 200, the Canon 70 to 200, and the Canon 16 to 35 2.8 lens. So that's the only difference within the two bags. But other than that, it's pretty much exactly the same. I got one of these cables in there, everything. So let's just throw these things back in here real quick and let me show you how everything works. One other thing that's not shown in video because I'm using it to record my audio right now is the Zoom F6 field recorder. So I keep that in this bag as well. Sometimes if it gets a little bit too crowded, I'll take the base plate and I will throw that into my tripod bag and then put the Zoom F6 into the Pelican case instead. So it really just depends on what kind of job I'm doing or whatever, but yeah, we make it work. So let's go ahead and put everything back in real quick so I can show you. Everything has their respective spot in the bag. And while I'm packing it back here, this top portion that you see here, this is not what comes with the Pelican case. I ordered this off of B&H. The case that I have is called the Pelican Air 1535. So if you want to get the same one, cool, that's what we got. We got it with the Trek pack or whatever it's called. So there's the Trek pack that goes in there. And this specific top organizer thing is made for this size. So if you have a bigger one, make sure you search for the right size, but they pretty much have them for everything. Those back in there. What else we got? What else we got? Got these little guys. You guys all go back in. Not bad. And yeah, like I said, a couple more things will go in here. Move it around if I have to, but as far as the build goes and the case and what I carry, that's a wrap. If you guys have any other questions or you want to know anything more about this case that I may have not covered in this video, make sure you go ahead and leave something in the comments for me. And if you like this video, it helped you in any way, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button as well. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. And remember to look, learn, and share. Take it easy, guys. Peace.